Hello, it's Anissa again. I'm back with another video on learning Somali, the basics of the Somali language. And this time it's about phrases to use in the classroom for teachers. And I just thought to myself, what are some common phrases that can be used for like newcomers or even, other students who, whatever proficiency they have in English or Somali for that matter. And this could just be for, just the necessity to communicate these instructions because a student is a newcomer, new to country, probably really overwhelmed, and would really love that a teacher is, taking those extra steps to learn common phrases in their language so that they can, understand a little bit better. Or even if a student is, completely fluent in English and you just want to show them that, hey, I'm just really interested in your background, and I value your background and what you bring to the classroom, your knowledge, your experiences, and I just wanted to learn more about that and, kind of impress them. I know last year I had a student from Central America, and of course she spoke Spanish, and I would learn like short phrases and commands in Spanish. I kind of had a background. I took like a class in Spanish, but I was of course not very fluent, and it would just bring a smile to her face. So okay, so let's start talking about these phrases, and let's have fun with that. So 3 different slides. The first slide here, as you can see, some common phrases to use in the classroom or commands or instructions, I used to say. So the first one is asking a student, maybe they look a little confused, so you can ask su'al. So that means question, like, do you have a question? It's like a very shortened version of that. Of course, it's just literally just question. Su'al, it means question. The longer version would be su'al maqabta, but I think it's sufficient to say su'al, and the student would understand, and they would either respond yes or no. So su'al, and you take a little pause there where the apostrophe is. Su'al, su'al. You can raise towards the end of the word to raise your intonation, and you can make it clear that, okay, I'm asking a question. Do you have a question? And the next one is iwedi. Iwedi. So ask me a question. So iwedi. Iwedi. That one's a little tricky to say. Iwedi. Ask me. So again, a student looks a little confused. Iwedi. And they can, know that, okay, I'm kind of struggling a little bit. My teacher is showing me that they can see that and, is opening up the floor for me to ask a question or to get extra support. Next one is asking a student to sit down, and I put fadlan just to make it a little more polite instead of saying like sit down, which kind of sounds a little direct. If you say fariso by itself, it sounds very direct. So fadlan, fariso, fariso. The DH I talked about in the first video, some tricky letters, but also some in other dialects of Somali, you can just say FAR. So fariso, fariso. That one's a little easier to pronounce. Fadlan, fariso. Please sit down. Next one, of course, we're all about lines, especially in elementary school. Orderly lines going to and from, destinations, going to the cafeteria, coming back from the library, going into class, going out to recess. So asking a student, safka gal. Safka gal. This one I think is kind of easier to pronounce. Safka gal. Safka gal. And that means get in line. You can also say fadlan safka gal to make it, as I said, a little more polite. Last one here is fadlan amos. And amos by itself, whether you say it to a student or whether you say it to a parent, it might come off as rude, depending on how you say it. But if you're saying fadlan amos, I think it's clear that you're just trying to, you're being respectful, and you want a student to maybe, just stop talking for a moment while whatever is going on in class, that you just want their attention. So if you were to say amos, that would be like, oh, that maybe send a little shock to them, and like, oh wow, that was a very direct command. So that's why I included fadlan amos. Okay, so I'll go over them again. سؤال إويدي فضلا فريسة صفقة قل فضلا amos. I hope I'm not going too fast. If I am, you can just rewind. Second slide. Okay, so some more phrases to use. We have write and read. So you're telling a student, okay, write this down, or start writing. You can tell them qar, write. Qar is, as I said, very different from the Q in English, so it's much stronger. Qar. And if you want to tell them to read, you can say akhri. And I'm pointing out those tricky letter sounds in every video just to remind you to go back to the first video where I kind of repeated the sounds a lot for you to kind of get the hang of them a little bit more, because they are very difficult to say for someone who doesn't speak Somali or Arabic or similar languages, but not impossible. So akhri, read. Qar, write. And then here, I know that at every level in school, K to 12, public school, it's important for students to sometimes go home and, relay information to their parents about field trips, about class assignments, about maybe behavior issues or whatever else it is. So something you can say to a student is for them to tell their mom or tell their dad something. So tell mom. So you would of course say hoyo, like you would say tell, you would finish that, of course, tell mom whatever your message is. Okay, so tell mom is hoyo is mother, hoyo usheg, tell mom this, hoyo usheg. And then for dad is abo usheg, hoyo usheg, abo usheg, abo usheg. Okay, and it doesn't matter, well, I guess it would depend on the student which one you would use. I assume a lot of students would tell their mothers messages from school. Last one here is raise your hand. So maybe a student's a little chatty and shouting out answers, blurting. You can tell them to raise their hand by saying ga'anta, hear the C, ga'anta tag, fadlan, which means please, fadlan ga'anta tag. And as I was saying before, fadlan is just always nice to throw in just to make, directions a little more polite. Fadlan ga'anta tag. All right, I'll go over this one more time and then I'll move on to the next slide. Qar, write. Akhri, read. Hoyo usheg, tell mom. Abo usheg, tell dad. ga'anta, tag. Raise your hand. All right, last slide for this video. So you had a student tell their mom, their dad, a certain message, or maybe you sent home some papers for them to sign and you want them to bring it back. So in order to say that, you would say, so bring back tomorrow, for example, bari, bari, and the R is like the Spanish R, bari, bari, so ali, bari, so ali, bari, so ali. So bring back tomorrow. Bari, so ali, homework. Bari, so ali, field trip form. Okay, bari, so ali. Next is another important thing for parents to do, especially, you know, with the AVID system that is used from K to 12, where students use planners and they need their parent's signature every night to show that the parent is aware of what their homework is and what the expectations are, and to show that they've read the planner. So if you want to tell a student, maybe you can use the former slide. Hoya usheg, you can say, tell your mom. Sahih. Sahih. So sign. Hoya usheg. Sahih. It's a little hard to say at first, I know. Sahih. And as I said, the X, like in my name, Hagi-Mohamed, that strong H sound. So there's two of them with a long I vowel here. So they're doubled to make it long. Sahih. Sahih. So let's do that again. Hoya usheg. Sahih. 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 Okay. Next one is if you want a student, for example, maybe you're doing word sounds, letter sounds, maybe you are you said an important vocabulary term and you want them to repeat it, or even just instructions that you want them to repeat just so that you know that they understood. You can say ku ali. Ku ali. Ali is repeat. Ku ali. Ku ali. Repeat. Ku ali. And then the last one here is look. So a student is maybe chatting with a friend, or maybe just, you know, distracted, or maybe they're just really busy with their work and you want to get their attention. You can say firi. 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 Anisa, firi. So look, Anisa. Firi. Sounds a little easier to pronounce. Firi. Or you can point to the board. Firi. Okay, so I'll go over that one last time before I end this video. Bari, so ali. Sahih. Ku ali. Firi. Okay, hope that wasn't too long. Please go back as many times as you want to practice some of these phrases to use in the classroom. Thank you once again for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye.